Pura Vida. Hey, what's up, guys? Just going out on a little overnight getaway to do a little training for my hike for the next weekend up on the Spear Hiking Trail. So we're heading out to the only place I know that has a lot of good hills to do some training like this, the Yellow River State Forest. As you know, it's one of my favorite places to go, as we have no hills here in north central Iowa. It's just flat, maybe some little tiny things, but nowhere near the game that we need to do to train. So, a little overcast day, 74 degrees, not too terribly hot, perfect temps. So we'll get there, we'll get the hammock set up, go and hike some of these trails up there and stuff. Then we'll get up in the morning, go do it all over again, and come back home. Thanks for tagging along. Alright, we're getting closer. Only 2 miles away from our turnoff on our gravel road. We're going to the Paint Rock unit. It's right above the Mississippi River, so of course we got to go up a steep field drive access road. It's only a mile into the campground. We're camping at the Hennessy campspot. Jeez, can't even talk. And 3/4 mile straight up, and then once you get up top there on top of the bluff, then it's easy hiking. Only 1/4 mile to the camp. No idea if anybody else is there. It's, I think you just one of those like Spear Hiking Trail. You get there and find a spot, pile in. There's no reservations or anything, so whoops. Guess we'll see how it goes. Hopefully there's nobody else there, or it's big enough of a campsite. There's plenty of room. See ya in the parking lot. Okay, for those of you who are not familiar with where Yellow River State Forest is, it is way up in the northeast corner of Iowa, up in LMNT County. The unit we're going to go and hike is the Paint Rock unit. This is the main park area, bigger area. Not really park, my bad, state forest. And you can see there, these other green spots. There are a bunch of different areas that are also in the actual state forest. Here we got a map of the actual Paint Rock unit hiking trails. We are actually parked in the parking area. That road, little lane, is pretty sketch getting in. If you have a car, not advised. You're gonna have to park at the gravel road on Paint Rock Road. But as you can see, it's a 1/2 mile hike up to get to the top, and then over to Hennessy Camp, which is not too far. So we'll hike them, get all set up, then we'll go hike these other trails. Surprisingly, there is nobody else here. So that'll make that pretty nice. Got the whole place myself. We can pick out the best spots. Few mosquitoes in the parking lot, but it's a little muggy. No air movement. So once we get up top to there, it might get better. Hoping. Alright, back on the trail. Right now it's not terribly steep. It's got a good incline. Gets a little bit steeper, not a whole lot more, but you'll definitely feel it. Lately there's been a bunch of, maybe we might be able to find some mushrooms, some chicken of the woods, maybe some golden oysters. No idea. We won't pick them though. Let's go probably take some pictures, because I don't have any way to cook them. Oh yeah, plus also we have various woodland flowers that are out blooming still right now. Don't know what they are. Pretty dang nice looking. But I think we'll see that all along here. There's some little white ones also with blooming. The other thing I noticed is some of these trees come through the valleys on the way down here. They're starting to change colors a little bit. It's starting to get a little yellow hues in them. Fall's not too far away. I think we got another probably 2 weeks, my guess, for peak fall colors for all your leaf peepers. It's only September 14th right now. The other thing that's neat is the higher you get, you come to these open ravines. I'm sure with during heavy downpours, that water's just rushing down through the valleys. Hence they always have flash flood warnings up here. But it's cool how the canopy just opens up. I think we're getting closer. I don't know how far we went. I forgot to start the relive thing that goes and maps it out for me and keeps track of distance, time, and all that stuff. As I mentioned before, there's no air movement in here. It's really muggy in the woods. They might have got a little bit of rain last night. It looks like stuff is damp, but hopefully it won't affect having a fire. But like I mentioned in my other videos, the key thing is to hydrate. Got that Drink LMNT in my water bottle here. Create a new little attachment so I don't have to take this out of my sleeve all the time. So pretty convenient. I'll post a link down below for that element. So that way you could go and get a sample pack when you order any type of a package from their website. So hydrate is key. I'm gonna drink a lot of water once I get to the top. The thing that sucks is there's no water sources up top, so I had to hike in with 3 liters of water just to make sure I have enough for tonight to cook, and also tomorrow morning to cook again, and a little bit to drink while I'm out hiking. Worst case scenario, I gotta hike all the way back down the trail to the truck. I got another half a gallon of water left, so onward. One other time I've been up here, I did notice that there is a pond over here. No idea if anybody goes over to it to filters from it. I mean, it's uphill. I'm sure this is all from rain runoff down the hills, but we're dang near close to the top of the hill. There's no hog confinements up slope of this thing, so that water should be good. It's been sitting there, so if you filter it, should be good, right? If you've been to this place before and you have filtered from there, let me know. How did it work out for you? Was it good or was it nasty? Okay, we're to the first fork in the road or trail. Paint Rock Overlook is where we're going, even though it should also say Camp Hennessy. But nice little prairie out here. Get up in some pine trees. Onward we go. Getting closer. Yep, here we go. Mississippi Trail. It doesn't look like it mowed it much, but there is a trail there. Might have to check it out later. But let's get to camp so we can get this backpack off, get cooled off. There we go. A log with some old chicken out of the woods. All dried out. No good. But I'm sure there's got to be more, if they got any moisture and rain up here lately. Ah, yes. The sign we've been waiting for. Camp Hennessy. Well, let's go check it out. Did camp here one time in a tent. Nice big open area, 2 fire rings, some benches. I know my neighbors hammock camped here before. So, looks like we got the whole joint to ourselves. Ain't too shabby. Probably go up in there, I think is where they say they hang, the hammocks go and hang. But we'll get all hung up and then start looking for firewood. So I'm gonna bet It's been picked over pretty good, and it's gonna be wet. The one thing that is cool with this campsite and this unit of Yellow River State Forest is the overlook. We are way over the Mississippi River. Probably gonna be able to see through the trees here too well. Don't see an opening around the Mississippi Trail, which we'll hike this a little bit later once we get set up. But there you go. But we'll go to a spot where you can look straight down this cliff. Here's a little gadget that's pretty slick. And you don't have to go and look for little tree branches that are sticking out of your handmade campsite. So therefore you'll be able to hang your backpack. It's from Apex Giant. You'll be able to hang your backpack and get your stuff out. Now you're packing it in the dirt, in the mud, and you're easy accessible to get anything out of it. Alright. Finally got the hammock hung. I did break one strap, so pointer, always have a spare strap with you. Don't know how it broke, but frayed out a little bit is what it looked like. And yeah, I dropped. But here we go. Now you know what time it is. Yep, it's time for step 2. Which we got back here. Plus we gotta get a bunch of firewood. Start processing wood, getting it cut up and stuff for a fire later tonight. It's pretty neat how open the woods is up here. Because of the thick canopy cover of the mature trees does not allow sunlight, obviously, for the little ones to grow. Oh, I love that breeze. I could go and have that step 2 right here on this nice little bench. Look at that view. Absolutely beautiful. Wisconsin on the other side. Railroad tracks and highway straight below. Oh man, love that breeze. Well, like I said, step 2 time. Today, step 2 is a good old Blue Moon Belgian white wheat ale. One of my favorites. Haven't had one of them in a long time. Much needed. If you look really, really, really close, in the middle of the screen, you'll see the blue bridge that crosses Marquette into Prairie du Chien. There's the grain elevators that's at McGregor. Wisconsin Bridge and Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. Crazy thing is, boats on the river down below have no idea we're up here looking at them. River's finally looking a little low. You can finally see the island. I know earlier this summer or spring they had a lot of flooding like they normally do. Alright, wood processing done. That should definitely be a good fire for tonight. It's all oak. A little bit of hard maple in there, but that will last quite a while. Burn long. Hopefully we can just get started and it's not too damp or green. Wish me luck. Alright, tonight for supper we have a little spicy chicken curry by Alpine Fare. I've never had this one before. Looks pretty good, smells pretty good. So let's go get some 2 cups of water fired up, boiled up. And have some supper. The wood was a little damp, a little bit of green in the smaller stuff, but we finally got it going. It's gonna be a hot fire. Most of this wood is all oak. Oh, lightning over top, way past Prairie Sheen. See if we can catch it. Good morning. The Mississippi River Valley is fogged over. And listen to geese and sandhill cranes all morning long. And somehow, I have no idea how they could do it, but there are some duck hunters down there. There is an open duck season right now. How they could see anything to shoot, I have no clue. Unless it's way different underneath those clouds. Now for a little breakfast. Of course, gotta have coffee. For breakfast we have a little Trailtopia, egg scramble, sausage, red and green bell peppers, and onions. Trailtopia is out of Rochester or Byron, Minnesota. Most of them are pretty good. I don't think I've had a bad one yet. Alright, camp is all taken down. I made sure I have my straps. That little hook thing, that thing gets... I hear people forget that thing easily. Got that. Walked around the area. There's no trash around at all. A little bit of firewood left over for the next people to come. I think we're on to our daily hike. All Trails has a loop route on here that somebody put. They started at the parking lot. It's 6 miles round trip, so we're gonna basically be doing 4 miles up top here. Also, the other thing with Yellow River State Forest campsites are there is no latrines here, so therefore you're gonna have to go out in the woods, dig yourself a cat hole, and practice leave no trace principles, and bury your morning constitutional. So with that, let's get on with our day. All right, Camp Terry Hennessy, it's been real. All right, let's go down, and at the end of this trail, which does a loop, which comes back on the back side of the camp spot we're at, there's a one hellacious overlook. Hopefully it's not super foggy down over the river, so we can see a lot of cool stuff. One thing with this spot, I know the naturalist from I think Clayton County, he was up here, he does a lot of nature photography, and there was a timber rattlesnake out there sunning itself on these limestone rocks. Might be a little too chilly out for it yet, hopefully so. If there is any out there, no idea. I never seen any out here the time I was here. So let's go check it out. Paint Rock Overlook. Yep, that's where we're going. Mississippi Trail that way. Looks like we need to take the mower over that one. I know they did some timber management here. I think they cut out some trees, some of the adult mature trees, so the young ones could actually grow up through the canopy. And I know they've done some burning too, which will get rid of a lot of the invasive undergrowth species. Another thing up here in the bluffs in this area, I mean, just south of here is the Effigy Mounds National Park. But there's these Indian burial mounds, even in Yellow River State Forest. It's just a big mound. Some are shaped like deer or bear and some other different animal species. And we're getting closer. And it looks like the fog is burned off for the most part. Still a little bit lingering. Here we are. Just think, there's that gravel road and highway that we turned on to get up here. And then here we are. Train tracks below. A couple cabins down below. Wisconsin through the fog on the other side. And we're to the end. And straight down below is the road. It's a long ways down. The place where that photographer had the picture of the rattlesnake is, you can see all these little rock outcroppings. So those come out here and sit on the limestone and get warmed up for the day. Hopefully not right now. As you can see, some of the tops of the trees are just barely starting to turn, so you got some time yet. Like I said, 2 or 3 weeks at least. Try first weekend in October. When I was climbing down the rocks, I know it's very, very little, but what is that? Bear crap? Coon? Doesn't look like coon. I'm seeing a lot of bear crap, and that's a lot of seeds and stuff, exactly what it looks like. Would not be surprised if there was a bear in this area. As remember, north of here in the Reno area, that I've seen bear crap up there. And I know this earlier this year down by Guttenberg, there was a bear spotted hanging out. Let me know in the comments what you think. Found the mother load of mushrooms. Some over there. Got some, I believe those are golden oysters. Everything's all dried up. But a whole ton of some type of mushroom. There, no idea what kind. Bunch on the trail. Huge clusters here. Some over there. No identifying mushrooms. Here you go. Here's your honey hole. No idea if they're edible though. I don't know if you can see it through the trees. There's another bluff on the other side of this deep, deep ravine. Let's quick look at the map. Yep, we gotta go way up around that ravine and back on around over to that point. Yeah, I like that route better than going straight down that, because I guarantee that would not be fun going back up or down. Wow, did we hit the jackpot here. They don't look like golden oysters. They look like something else, but I don't know what they are. But there's a whole pile of them. Oops, sorry, wrong way. All around this tree. They look pretty fresh. So if they are edible, they'd be pickable, but I don't know what they are. Alright, we're on the mud heading loop, and there is a little spur trail that goes to an overlook. Yep, same overlook that I said that was on the other side of that ravine. And if you look closely, that big bluff way over there in the middle of the screen with that rock outcropping, that is where Camp Hennessy is. So yeah, we've walked that far. No idea how far it is yet. I have to look on the All Trails thing, but quite a view. All right, we're done with the loop that is at the top of the hill. That's the trail going back down to the parking lot. We just got done with the Big Bear Trail. Did also the Paint Rock Trail, the Paint Rock Overlook. Now we just gotta go back to the parking lot. 5.3 miles is what I had for just doing that top part. And of course we got the stick, if you want to call it, part of the lollipop to go back down to the truck. And then back home. It's a good hike. Hopefully next weekend it's a lot cooler, because it's hot, humid, no wind whatsoever. I'm soaked to sweat. I need to drink a bunch of water and rehydrate. Definitely gonna get some element in me once I get to the truck. I know I got some packets in there. See you at the bottom of the hill. All right, as we go around the last bend, we're almost back to the truck. Let's see it through the trees. 5.75 miles for the whole loop, including the lollipop stick. It's a good training run. Feel it in my knees a little bit. Got to work out going downhill, little uphills, so that should help out a lot. Alright, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Hope you enjoyed this short little trip. And as always, live life. Don't live in fear, or you're going to miss it. We'll see you on the next one, up on the SHT. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't, subscribe. Click the bell notifications, then you won't miss any of these adventures. Once again, thanks for watching.